What is up, everybody? Sean the D-Man here, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great, I would say great, but I hope you guys had yourselves a great week, getting ready for the weekend. Auburn's run in the SEC tournament ended yesterday against Tennessee in a 10-point loss to the Volunteers in Nashville in a game where you led by 10. Second half. So, okay. Let's let's talk about it. Um, so Tennessee goes on. I think a lot of people talk about like a 20 point something. It was like 20-0 run for Tennessee to end the game. Now there is stuff in that portion of that run that needs to be discussed. So you came out like the more desperate team compared to Tennessee. Tennessee couldn't really hit some of their shots. You were making your shots. You were looking great. Um, you to Hod played like up to his capability. It was big game to Hod, but nobody else helped. That was another issue. Like nobody else helped. Um, you had it you go into half up 10, you come out, you keep that momentum. You're keeping it at least a 10, 11 point lead, which I think would have been enough to keep Tennessee from coming back to win the game. Here's where the issue starts to run into that I have with this is because it seemed as if the moment Tennessee was allowed to play how they wanted to play, from an officiating standpoint, all the calls went to Tennessee. Like I think like obviously you always hear people, oh, don't put yourself in that position to put it on the officiating or stuff like that. No, 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 because I remember, yes, because Justin Hoaxton tweeted out. Let me see if I can find it. I should have it right here. So, and even Bruce said, it was like Bruce said, Auburn has been called. Oh, this is Justin Hogan's. Okay, so Auburn has been called for 5 fouls in the last 6 minutes. This was around 4:20 p.m. was when he tweeted this. I can't remember where in the game that was, but Auburn had been called for 5 fouls in the last 6 minutes. Tennessee hasn't been called for a foul in almost 10 minutes. That right there is a problem. That right there is sus. Because there's clear evidence that Auburn was getting fouled. There's clear evidence to see that. But the moment, and I swear this happens so many times when Auburn plays Tennessee or Texas A&M or just somebody like that, where they're allowed to be like be physical. They're allowed to rough you up, and they get the calls for them. But if you try to, you don't get the calls whatsoever, or it's an offensive turnover or something like that. Like it's ridiculous that like the announcers in the game were annoying because you could just like you could just hear them just sucking on Tennessee. Like it was just ridiculous. But as far as like the game stats go, like you lost by 10 points. Look at the stats here. Keyshawn Hall was a no-show in this game. Like he had 10 points, but look, 4-14, 1 of 6. He had 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 overs. He had 5 points for the large percentage of the game. He did not show up. Keyshawn Murphy, 3 of 4, 1 of 3, 2 of 6. He missed 4 free throws. That's he makes his free, he makes free throws. You're down 6 points. Three rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. Elijah Freeman, 18 minutes, no points. 0 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal. Kevin Overton, he showed up on Wednesday against Mississippi State. 9 points, 3 of 8, 1 of 4, 2 of 2. Those were like technical shots that he made. 4 rebounds. Dahad Pettifer, 28 points, 9 of 18, 5 of 10 from 3, 5 of 6 from free throw land. But he had 5 turnovers and 1 assist. I mean, and then if you look at Tennessee, what's so interesting is it it was basically the same. Like you had Tahad and you had Nate Amon, if I say his name correctly, who had been out for a large portion of the second half of the conference play, who just made his return in this game against Auburn. He comes in with 27 points. But if you look at the rest of Tennessee, 6, 4. They had somebody else step up, 15, 2, 4, 9, 5. I mean, they got more out of their bench than Auburn did. Jovic, 12 minutes, 4 fouls. Sebastian William Adams, he had 7, but he was 2 of 8, 0 of 2 from 3. It's just it's just not good. Like, and now you have to wait and see team stats real quick. Um, yeah, I mean field goal percentage 35% compared to their 43. You were 7 of 26. They were 4 of 13. But I would say their threes, they made their threes count. Um, in the moments they needed them to. But look, free throws. They got to the free throw line 12 more times than you did. And I mean you missed 7 free throws. It's like overall, like look, if you made even if you made all of your free throws, which I think they did on Wednesday against Mississippi State, they made all their free throws. You, I mean, yeah, you'll still be down a couple points, but you're in striking range. 65% from the field free throw lines compared to their 75. I mean, you won the rebound by 1. Um, assist. Look at that, 15 assists compared to your 6. 8 steals, 9 blocks. You had 12 turnovers compared to their 6, and it's always the turnovers look so. It's like they have so they can't control the ball whenever they're dribbling. Like Tahad does this thing all the time. Like when he dribbles, he almost dribbles out of control, and it's an easy turnover. Jovic, same thing. He doesn't have a hard grasp of the basketball when he dribbles, and or even when he has it in his hands, and it's easily taken away. It's crazy. Um, Points in the paint, you lost that by 8. Fouls, 25 to their 17. Largest lead was 11. Largest lead was 10. And so now you gotta hope and see, which I think Joe Lenardi, at the time of me recording um, this was updated at 9:15 p.m. And right now he has Auburn as the first team out, which let's go look at here. I just want to look at sorry, I just want to look at the bracket real quick. So yeah, it would just so far they still have Texas in, which that could change because Auburn did beat Texas head to head. So and then like you had some other teams lose, like Indiana lost, SMU lost, somebody else lost. Now there's this whole thing with Miami of Ohio. They're like I think 31-1. They lost on Thursday in their conference or in their conference tournament. But if it's not, it should be a no brainer. But there are people who are saying that they're going to be in the tournament regardless of their loss, which they honestly shouldn't. If you look at their record and everything, they should not be in the tournament. Like, what are we doing? Um, yeah. So I mean, yeah, Auburn's first four team out, Missouri's last four team in, VCU, Texas, SMU. Now again, we'll just have to wait and see how things play out. They even have Oklahoma, depending on Oklahoma could work their way into the tournament, and they beat Auburn. So if they beat Texas A&M tonight, and maybe they could pull off an upset against Arkansas on Friday, could Oklahoma find themselves in the NCAA tournament? Like it's crazy. Like it's literal. It's just crazy what we're seeing. So I don't know. I mean, we'll find out Sunday. Like you, hey, there is like stuff to say in regards to, yeah, this team has not, the team underachieved this season. But I think they had the top five schedule strengths of schedule in the country. I mean, you have three games. I think I saw somebody tweet out like if Auburn played cupcakes instead of Michigan, Purdue, and Arizona, they're probably like 20-13 or 20-16 or something like that, and they're squarely in the tournament. So, are you gonna punish Auburn for playing these tough non-conference games compared to a team like Miami of Ohio who didn't play anybody? Yeah, and you got to keep in mind they beat Florida, who is going to be a number one seed. They beat Kentucky. They beat Arkansas, and so they beat St. John's. And St. John's, what are they projected in the tournament? Are they here? Let me see. Mm, I don't see them here. Uh, St. Mary's, St. Louis, Houston. NC State. Auburn beat NC State. At least right now they're scheduled to be a 10 seed in the tournament. Auburn beat them. Um, who else? Oh yeah, St. John. Yeah, St. John's listed to be a fifth seed in the tournament. Auburn beat them. So like that shouldn't matter. Like that should matter. Like because you beat. So you lost to Michigan. I'm talking about like non-conference wise. I'm not talking about conference teams. I'm talking about non-conference. So Michigan, Purdue, 0-2 right there. Uh, see. St. John's, that'd be 1-2. Purdue, that'd be 1-3. NC State, that'd be 2-3. Did Auburn play High Point? Who did it? Let me see. I gotta go back and remember, look and see what Auburn played this season. Let's look real quick. Let's look real quick. Um, I'm thinking of Queens, Houston. There's 2-4 right there. Oh, I am thinking of Queens. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. So I mean, you went what 2-4 in the non-conference against some against teams who are in the tournament. So, oh no, Queens is in the tournament. You went 3-4. They're listed as a 15th seed right now. So, so you went. So if that's right, you went 3-4 against teams that are listed in to be in the NCAA tournament. So we'll see. We'll see. It's in the committee hands now, which it's gonna be interesting to see on how they view stuff. But we'll have to just wait till Sunday to find out. I may do a live stream maybe, or I may talk, or I may just do a video. I haven't really decided just yet. But guys, that is relatively it. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. If you're new, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button, comment below. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good one.